Good day, everyone. My name is Reverend Dr. Bornking. I want to appreciate all the viewers out there that have been following this series of teaching, preaching, ministrations, and I believe it has been a blessing, to you, your life, one way or the other. But one thing I want to, bring clearly is that most of this teaching, has like in two different packages, so that when you watch any of the part one, you should also try to click into the part two to make it a complete series. So today we have something again I want to share, which I caption pressing the right button into destiny. Let us pray. We give you praise, we give you thanks, thou Adonai, the only Son of the living God. We thank you for a time, an hour like this. We ask, Lord, that you will breathe your spirit into the word we're about to hear, that it will minister grace to the hearers, and Lord, will hold captive every other contrary spirit within this vicinity. Lord, as we share a word together, we thank you because of the angels that have taken their positions even around this vicinity right now, to the glory of your holy name. In Jesus' name I've prayed. Amen. So I want to share with you what I captioned pressing the right button into a destiny. Everybody want to actualize their individual God-given destinies. Everybody would like to, to be fulfilled in life. But there are things that are God brought in my spirit man to share together with you. As you sit down, probably take something to write down, whatever that could be ministering to you, directly from all I'm going to say. It will be a blessing, to you. So I'm going to start from reading the book of Exodus. The book of Exodus. We have the book of Genesis, then the next is Exodus. Exodus chapter number 3. Exodus chapter number 3, and I read from verse number 1. It said, Now Moses kept the flock of Jethro, his father-in-law, the priest of Midian, and he led the flock to the backside of the desert, and came to the mountain of God, even to Mount Horeb. And the angel of the Lord appeared unto him in a flame of fire out of the midst of the bush. And he looked, and behold, the bush burnt with fire, and the bush was not consumed. 3. And Moses said, I will now turn aside and see this great sight, why the bush is not burnt. Verse 4. And when the Lord saw that he turned aside to see, God called unto him out of the midst of the bush and said, Moses, Moses. And he said, Here am I. Verse 5, and I stop. And he said, Draw not near, neither put off thy shoes from off thy feet, for the place whereon thou standest is a holy ground. So what we have just read, we know a little bit more or a little about the story of Moses. But don't forget what the Bible made us know, that when all the Israelites that was in the land of Egypt, in the land of captivity, when they were all crying, about the taskmasters and all they were asked to do, all the burden that was upon them, all the labor, the punishment that they were asked to do, things was becoming unbearable to them. And they cried unto God. Things was unbearable. The first thing they did was to cry. They didn't go, physical to fight Pharaoh and all the army, because Pharaoh and his armies were more stronger than them. So they didn't go physically to fight. Rather, they took their cry. They didn't go pressing men. They went pressing God. So they went to God to cry unto him. And the Bible made us know that God really, answered. If you look at from verse 6, it says, moreover, he said, I am the Lord God, thy father, the God of Abraham, the God of Isaac, and the God of Jacob. And Moses hid his face, for he was afraid to look unto God. And the Lord said, I have surely seen the affliction of my people, which are in Egypt, and I have heard their cry by reason of their taskmasters, for I know their sorrows. Look at verse 8. And I am come down to deliver them out of the land of Egyptians, and to bring them up out of that land unto a good land and a large, unto a land flowing with milk and honey, unto the place of the Canaanites and the Hittites and the Amorites and the Perizzites and the Hivites and the Jebusites. God have heard their cry. I want to challenge you today that all the cry you've been passing through, God have heard your cry. Say amen to that. God have heard your cry. But when God hears the cry of a man, the first thing he does is to start, putting things in place, because he would like to deliver. He is the deliverer. He wants to take the man out of that problem, out of that hardship, out of that predicament, out of that perils, out of that challenge of life. He wants to take man whom he has created in his own image, after his likeness. Think about being a mother. If a mother happens to come back and see the child crying in the day broad light, maybe there was no food, this child came back from school, there was no food. Or maybe the housemaid is supposed to prepare the food for that day, but maybe something happened, the housemaid took her bag and ran away that day, and the child came back from school, there was no food, the mom has gone to her business, and the child keep crying until the mom come back. When he came back and see the child crying, the mother's heart, she will flip up and to run to the kitchen and see what she could do, how best, whatever she could prepare to make sure that the child, cry stops. So whenever God hears our cries, he goes into motion. He goes to arrange, to prepare. So one of the preparations of God to take the children of Israel out of the land of captivity is to prepare and to send somebody. Moses came for this purpose. So they have cried before the birth of Moses. Remember, they have already cried, and God had them. And the God's way, God's plan to deliver them was to send a man, was to send Moses. Remember, there was 3 challenges. When Moses was born, there's a decree in the land that all the Jewish women that had a baby boy, their baby boy must be killed. Or their male child must be killed, but God gave them favor in the sight of the midwife, Egyptian midwives. In the process, Moses was born. Then I have to throw Moses at the seaside. The sister Miriam was there to watch while he was in the basket. All these stories. And finally, Moses started, growing, and finally killed an Egyptian and ran away into the house of his father. The Bible says that he was the flock of Jethro, his father-in-law. So he ran to the Midian in order to hide, to spend some time. He went on exile. But all these things was in the plan of God. Don't forget. It was in the plan. I don't know where you are. I don't know what is challenging you. I don't know what is making you to hide from societal gathering or whatever the case might be. What I put you as if you are in a bondage, or you're like taking refuge somewhere, one way or the other. I don't care to know. All I want to know is that it does not matter where you are. What matters most is who is with you. And God wants to prove that he was with the Israelites. That was why now he initiated this encounter of the burning bush. But as a lesson we should learn from here, the Bible said that when the bush was burning, the leaves of the tree of the bush was not consumed by the fire. So it was God's own plan to initiate, this encounter. But Moses was still busy tending the flock. The heat of the fire was upon him, but he never paid attention. He never paid attention. The bush kept burning. The heat was there. Maybe he was still busy tending the flock, which is business. He was still busy looking into the business of the day. Maybe wiping away the heat, that was coming from the heat, from the burning bush. But at the time, he paused and said, "No. why is that? This thing is this. The continuity refused to stop. Bible says he turned aside to see, which means he left the business, he left the flock, he left what was doing that was engaging him to give attention to something. I believe that one of the ways of God in the midst of the suffering of a man is to create an encounter. Christianity is not man looking for God. Christianity is God looking for man. When you cry unto him, he comes down to look for you. He comes down to deliver. He comes down to pull you out. He comes down to tell you I'm your helper in the present challenge, in the present need. And I believe that if you look around you properly, consciously, God has already appeared for deliverance. He already appeared to pull a man out of a situation. But this same man, Moses, the heat was there. Maybe you have a sickness. Maybe you have a challenge of life. You are not giving attention, leaving every other thing behind. Why is this thing refused not to go? You've taken a lot of treatment, a lot of tablets, you go on a lot of several meetings, the doctors, whatever. But have you been able to think that this thing is becoming unbearable? It's becoming unusual. It is no longer a usual thing. Bible says there's an end to every matter. So if you have a challenge in your life, there's an end. But why is it that the thing is like it's not ending? If it's not ending, check it properly. Give attention. That is your own burning bush. And in the midst of the burning bush, God is at the middle, trying to get your attention. He knows what he wants to do. He knows how to do it. He is a master of the universe. But he wants you to give undivided attention so that you will know that when he solves the problem, he wants you to give only him the glory. He doesn't want to share the glory with nobody. He doesn't want you to say, oh, it was the tablet that doctor gave me. No. He wants you to know that it is him. So when the Bible says, when Moses turned aside to see this great sight, why the bush was burning and the leaves was not being consumed. In verse 3, and Moses said, I will now, which means before, he was not paying attention. He said, I will now turn aside. A lot of people have turned aside to give attention to solution of what is happening that refuse to end in their life. But they end up turning aside again to a wrong direction. A lot of people have turned and they turn into different cults. A lot of people have turned, they turn into different groups. They turn into different people that will also take you to another place that looks like a place of solution, but it's a place to empower your problem again. But when he turned aside, he turned to the right direction. He turned to focus onto the circle of the burning bush. The Bible said that God was there. So when you want to turn aside, I want you to pause and think again. If you want to turn aside to bring a long-lasting solution to endless problem around you, I challenge you that you must turn to Jesus. Turn unto the living God. And when Moses turned aside to see, the Bible said, then God called him. When he turned aside to see, then God called him. When he turned aside to see, then God called him. God is waiting for you to turn aside before he will tell you that, okay, I'm here. I've been here for a long time. Maybe you have not noticed, but I've been here. The Bible said in the book of Revelation, chapter number 5, from verse 4 to verse 9, he said that John was weeping because no man was worthy to open the book, the scroll. John was weeping, which means weeping, situation continues, weeping continues. If the book of life was not opened, God did not appear unto Moses in order to make Israelites happy or to entertain them. No, he appeared to open the book. Remember that he has told Abraham that the children of your descendants shall be in captivity for 400 years, and after that I will appear to deliver them. So it has been said, nothing in your life is new. Everything you are passing through was found written in the book. It's not new. Bible said that which is common unto man. It is common. Commonize it. It is your responsibility to commonize the situation and to turn aside. When they turn aside to see, then God came out and said, Moses, this is me. And Bible said Moses hid his face, which is a mark of reverence, to respect God. You don't turn aside and still remain in who you used to be. No. When you turn aside and know it is God, you need to humble yourself. That's point number one. You need to come to a point of humility. John was weeping because the book was not open. Israelites were all weeping because the book was not open. And the Bible says, when John was weeping, lo and behold, the Lamb of God that sits on the throne stood up and took the scroll and removed the 7 seals. There's a seal that ties the content in the book of the life of a man. And no man born of a woman can remove those seals. That is the book that has the content of your destiny. In the book of Psalm, the book of Psalm 139, verse 15 and 16, it says, everything about you is written in a book even before you were born. For before your substance was formed in the belly, that which concerned you was found written in a book. And if that book is not open, brother, I want to challenge you. If that book is not open, you end up toiling. The Bible says you shall die like a big man, or like other people. Until the seal in the book of your life will be removed by Jesus, nobody else. I cannot remove it for you. Until you stand up, until you wake up and say, I want to give attention. Because of what? Let me tell you something that you must know about yourself, about your life. Think deep inside you. You know if something is telling you that you are somebody. Something is telling you that you are important. Why is it that who you think you are is not manifesting? You have a clear focus, a clear something inside you convinces you of who you should be. Even among your friends, people who are not even intelligent or brilliant, they will do, you see them successing, succeeding, moving ahead. But you that you know more than them, you keep struggling, your own instinct is not working. You know why? Because you are unique. In the book, in account of Stephen concerning Moses, in the book of Acts of Apostles chapter 7, from verse 25, the Bible says that Moses supposed that his brethren will know that through him God should deliver them. But they didn't know. But who told Moses? Let me show you. Acts of Apostles chapter number 7. Let me read from verse 24. And seeing one of them suffer wrong, he defended him and avenged him that was oppressed and smote the Egyptian. Okay, he killed Egyptian. He was still in Egypt. He has never gone to Midian. He has never run out where he met God in the burning bush. So he was still in Egypt. Verse 25. For he supposed his brethren would have understood how that God by his hand would deliver them, but they understood not. Moses knew who he was. He knew his destiny even before he met God. Just like you that is listening, something inside you has convinced you of who you are, who you must be, what your destiny should look like. You know, but it's like you are struggling. It's not manifesting. Moses knew that he has God through him to deliver his Israelites, and he went and killed Egyptian. He went by flesh. He went to do it by his own power. It didn't work. First book of Samuel told us something. Let me show you this before our time will be, we'll be rounding up for today. I want to get where it was specifically written that by the arm of the flesh shall no man prevail. No man shall conquer by the arm of the flesh. Which means if you do it in your own way, in your own style, you cannot win. If you want to do it in your own way, in your own style, you cannot win. The Bible says, by the arm of the flesh, maybe it escaped my mind now, but I still come back to it again. By the arm of the flesh shall no man prevail. You cannot win by your own way, by your own style. Moses did it by his own style. He couldn't win until he did it with God. Ability to bring God into your business, ability to bring God into your life, ability to bring God into your family, into your home. We need to do this with God. That is your destiny. You know it already. But allow God to come in so that you can get to where you want to get to. I don't want to stop here because of our timing. So the second segment will continue from there, and we'll have prayers to offer. Sit well, tie to a belt, get ready, go and get probably a cup of coffee or tea or a cup of water. Come back again for the second segment, but get ready. Because what you are passing through, God has put it in my heart. Just like sending Moses, I'm here for you. And God is here with us.